Why did the ancients say, people with better temperaments will be luckier later on? Frequent anger can be harmful to your health and easily ruin your close relationships, while people with good temperaments will be luckier later on in life. 1. The best temperament should be reserved for loved ones. We often respect our bosses, are friendly to our colleagues, and are polite to strangers. But when we return home, we easily lose our temper with our loved ones. Someone once said, criticizing those close to us is instinctive, but overcoming instincts and restraining ourselves is a virtue. Family members are related by blood, and no matter how angry they are, they will often forgive us, making us somewhat less sensitive. The ancients said, a drop of kindness is repaid with a spring, which reminds us to be grateful for the support and help of our family members. Think about the hardships your parents have gone through in raising you. No matter how angry you are, try to stay calm, and if you need to say something, express it politely. Creating harmony with loved ones is a valuable lesson for everyone. Only by learning to be grateful can people control their temper. 2. The less ability, the more temper. The less ability, the more easily people become hot-tempered, easily agitated, and often unable to control their emotions. This stems from deep frustration inside when they cannot solve problems effectively. Anger in such situations is not simply a response to injustice or dissatisfaction, but a reflection of pain and a sense of helplessness. Like a bird trapped in a cage, flapping its wings wildly but unable to escape, anger only makes the situation more confusing and deadlocked. People with real ability, on the contrary, rarely let emotions overwhelm their reason. They understand that staying calm and controlling their emotions will allow them to use their minds to find the optimal solution. By not letting anger take over their minds, they can focus on analyzing the problem, considering solutions, and acting wisely. People who are able to solve problems effectively are often less prone to anger, because they know that anger does not add any value but only ruins everything. Anger not only narrows the ability to think clearly, but also hinders creativity and the ability to see problems from multiple perspectives. When letting the heart guide emotions wisely, and at the same time letting reason control actions, people can approach every problem with a cool head and a warm heart. Truly capable people will know how to distinguish between emotions and reason, and they choose to solve problems with reason instead of anger. Wise people understand that controlling emotions is the foundation of effective action. While incompetent people are easily overwhelmed by emotions, talented people can control both mind and emotions, and from there they handle every situation more skillfully and intelligently. 3. Life is not for anger. There was a Zen master who loved orchids very much and devoted all his heart to growing and caring for these precious flowers. Every day he cherished each flower pot, meticulously watered, cared for, and loved them as if they were his own life. The orchids blooming in the temple grounds were not only a symbol of pure beauty, but also a manifestation of his love for nature and the purity of his soul. One day, before leaving the temple for a while, the Zen master instructed his disciples to take good care of the orchids. He did not forget to emphasize the importance of meticulousness and carefulness in caring for them. The disciples knew that their master treasured these flowers very much, so everyone tried their best to do their duty well. However, while watering, one of the disciples accidentally tripped over the flower trellis, causing all the precious orchid pots to break and the delicate flowers to fall all over the ground. The disciple panicked, worried that when the Zen master returned, he would be extremely disappointed and angry at this scene. In front of the broken pots and damaged orchids, the disciple felt extremely guilty and scared because he knew that these flowers were not only beautiful but also very valuable to the master. When the Zen master returned and saw what had happened, the disciple immediately knelt before him, tremblingly apologizing and hoping to be punished. In his heart, the disciple had prepared himself for a terrible anger from the master, because he loved these orchids so much. But what surprised him the most was that the Zen master did not get angry, or instead he smiled kindly, looked at his disciple and said in a gentle tone, "I do not grow orchids to get angry." The Zen master's words are like a profound lesson about life. He does not grow orchids to be sad or angry when they are damaged. Although orchids are beautiful and precious, to him they are just external things, not worth making his soul waver. He grows orchids to find joy, to nurture inner peace, not to make himself miserable because of impermanent losses. This story reminds us that life is not about being angry or sad about external things. What we possess, from material possessions to relationships, can be lost at any time. If we let our mood be affected by those losses, we will forever live in anxiety and suffering. Do not be happy because of external things. Do not be sad because of yourself. The important thing is to keep your soul at peace, not letting external factors disturb the inner tranquility. Only when we know how to let go, take lightly the gains and losses in life, can we find true peace. External things, no matter how important, are only fleeting, while peace of mind is the most precious thing. Slow down, cherish simple things, but at the same time learn to accept loss without letting it control your emotions. Only when we can do that can we truly live a peaceful and contented life. In life, everything follows the law of impermanence. Gain, loss, birth, and death. We cannot keep anything forever, whether it is material or emotional. What comes will also go, and this constant change is an inevitable part of the universe. However, people often get caught up in strong emotions, such as anger when they encounter things that do not go as planned or cannot be controlled. But if things cannot always go as planned, then why do we let ourselves fall into the spiral of anger? Buddhism teaches that anger not only damages the spirit, but also consumes the merits we have accumulated over many lifetimes. This is clearly illustrated in the concept of forest fire burning merits. Anger is like a fire burning in the soul, burning all the good things we have worked hard to cultivate. The blessings, merits, and good things we have built up through each action and each good thought can be swept away in a moment of anger. When we lose our temper, it not only affects us but also creates chaos and hurts those around us. Harsh words and uncontrolled actions can leave long-term consequences, damaging relationships and harmony in the community. Anger, if not controlled, can be like a spreading fire, not only destroying ourselves but also harming others. Therefore, cultivating and practicing calmness is necessary, not only to preserve our merits, but also to protect the precious values we cherish. In a world that is always changing and fluctuating, accepting and facing impermanence can help us reduce the burden of negative emotions. Instead of trying to control things that cannot be changed, we can focus on regulating our emotions and moods. Peace comes from within, not from outside circumstances. When we learn to let go, not to let ourselves be swept away by anger, we will feel true freedom. People who practice and understand impermanence will not let themselves be burned by the fire of anger. Instead, they learn to see things with tolerance and equanimity, accept imperfections, and look beyond the ups and downs of life. That is the path to maintaining blessings and merit, avoiding letting negative emotions harm yourself and those around you. In the moment when anger flares up, instead of letting it consume your mind, remember that everything can change and nothing is forever. Even the most difficult situations will pass. We can choose between letting anger destroy good things or keeping peace to overcome all challenges gently. Then we not only protect our virtue, but also nurture a pure and compassionate soul. The ancients said, people with better temperaments will be luckier in the future, because they understood that temperament is the foundation of each person's life. When we can stay calm and tolerant, especially in difficult times, we can easily make better and more thoughtful decisions. From those decisions, the path we take will be less thorny and open up many good opportunities. Luck is not something that is completely arranged by fate, but largely depends on how we face life. People who know how to adjust their emotions, not letting anger or negativity control them, will attract good things to themselves. In short, a good temperament is not only a sign of a moral person, but also a great advantage in the journey to find happiness and success. People who are patient, tolerant, and control their emotions will always attract positive things, making their lives easier and luckier. That is also the reason why our grandparents always teach their children to live calmly and kindly, because a good temperament is the key to all luck and blessings in the future. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. If you find this topic interesting and useful, please leave a comment so we can discuss it further. Don't forget to like and share if you want to spread this message to more people, and especially subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Wishing you good health, happiness, and good luck in life.